The next topic is Kriterien der Unterrichtsbeobachtung. So what are all the criteria which you must consider while doing the Beobachtung of the Unterricht? So the Beobachtung or observation must be goal oriented and should have a structure. And therefore, there are these three global criteria which should be always considered. First criteria to observe is teacher's behavior. Second criteria to observe is student's behavior. And third criteria to observe is how does the teacher implement the Lehrplan or the classroom plan which he or she had prepared before starting the class. So let's go to the first factor, Lehrverhalten or Lehrverhalten. As the name suggests, it is about observing the teacher's behavior. You have positive behavior and negative behavior. So positive behavior helps to motivate the students. Negative behavior destroys or disturbs the students. The different aspects or the criteria based on which the teacher's behavior should be observed is listed in the next slide. So this tabular column, you can use it even for exams. On the left you have the aspect which needs to be observed, a short description, and then the criteria as to what needs to be evaluated or observed. First aspect is Unterrichtsstill. You are basically going to see, does the Unterricht have a structure and is the teacher competent enough to get back to the structure despite so many distractions while teaching. It is very good when the topic of the class is being implemented in Unterrichtsphase. So you are expecting a Einführungsphase, Präsentationsphase, Bewusstmachung, Übung, erster Transfers, weiter Transfer, Freianwendung, etc. Beobachtungskriterien are how good is the motivation and the activation of the students and how good is the execution of the structure of the Unterricht according to phase. Second aspect is Lehrtechniken. So the teacher should stimulate the interest and should be able to call up the capabilities of the students, and according to that she has to select the topic which needs to be taught. To do this, there are a lot of methods given in the methodische didaktische Prinzip, and you can use media, any material. The teacher should also be in a position to answer the questions from the students. So the Beobachtungskriteria to evaluate this condition is how good is the teacher interacting with the class, how is the response towards questions, are there different methods of explaining a particular concept so that different learner types can be handled, is there usage of any media like CD, newspaper, anything, is it being used. Then you have Sozialverhalten, which is basically social competency. So for this, the teacher should implement Partnerarbeit, Gruppenarbeit, Einzelarbeit with enough patience and should be able to answer the questions of the students. For this, you must check whether Partnerarbeit, Gruppenarbeit are being implemented in the class and how is the teacher's behavior with respect to the students. Moving on to the next aspect, Fachkompetenz. This basically is an indication of the teacher's competence with respect to language teaching. Are they really good in explaining the difficult concepts, and are they making sure that the students have understood the same or not? At the same time, when they are taken aback by surprise questions, they must be in a position to answer. So the criteria is how is the teacher reacting towards cultural differences? How is the teacher's general knowledge? How is the teacher's intercultural knowledge? How is the teacher's methodical didactical competence? The next aspect is language. Is the teacher speaking clearly, and is she very much not afraid to speak, basically deutlich? And is her speaking tempo very calm and quiet and up to the mark, so that the students can understand? Is the teacher using the correct words and the correct grammar element according to the level of the language competency of the students? So for this, you have to check the teacher's language, her speaking speed or his speaking speed, pronunciation, tone, grammar, word selection, and Arbeitsanweisung, working tips. Those things must be clear. Persönliche Verhaltensweisen. The teacher should not be a boss, or maybe he can be a boss, but in this case he would have failed in achieving a successful Unterricht. So recommended is always be friendly with the students. Don't be like super strict. Always make sure there is a positive atmosphere for the students to learn, so that they can learn without any fear. So for this, the body language of the teacher plays a role. His actions, Bewegung, his mimic, Gestik, his tone, and how is the class environment, how is the teacher's behavior, friendly, calm, not short-tempered, enough patience. Those are the things which we have to consider for Persönliche Verhaltensweisen.
With that, the chapter comes to an end. Please feel free to like, subscribe and comment to the channel. If you have any questions, then contact me via email or put down your comments and I'll be able to reply. Thank you.